HIB and I'm going to show you the table manner and dining etiquette. But before that, let me show you first the Filipino and Syrian custom about table manner and dining etiquette. In the setting, chatting while eating is considered as normal. Second, every meal considered as occasional to catch up with their friends and family. Third, it is not polite to leave the table when everyone around you are not yet finished. Fourth, birthing is considered as they have enjoyed the meal. When it comes to dining etiquette, somehow the normal Filipino use their hands to scoop up their foods. It is basically came from our traditionally ancestor. Because we have different countries, we have different culture, and we have different rules that we must observe when it comes to table manners and dining etiquette. But all in all, it is important to apply every day the table manners and dining etiquette. In all, table manners and dining etiquette is very important to follow, or we must obey every day or while we eating.
After discussing the definition of table manners and dining etiquettes, let me explain to you the differences, the importance, and the reasons why we should know the proper table manners and dining etiquettes. However, when you say etiquette, these are the set of rules which various parts of the world to follow. These rules are little things that tell you what is proper. For example, you use different types of fork, knife, for different types of food. This shows proper etiquette. It is not a bad manner to use your salad knife to cut your fish. You would just not be following the proper etiquette. In simple words, manners are the thought of being nice and the behavior that you show to the certain person, specifically to those persons who are at the table as well as those who serves you. Then etiquettes are the rules that requires you to do in the dining table. Now, why is table manners and dining etiquette important? Let me give you the most important reason. And that is because this gives a good impression to those people who are surrounded you with. Let's say, for example, a dinner meeting with the other companies. You'll face some foreigner that works there. You know how to keep up with them even if you grew here in the Philippines.
Number 1. Chew with your mouth closed. We need to eat with our mouth closed so that nothing comes out and to not interfere with the people next to you. Make sure that you place a small amount of food in your mouth to chew better with the mouth closed.
Number 2. Keep your smartphone off the table and set as silent and vibrate. Wait to the check calls and text you are finished to the meal and away from the table. Even if unless you're waiting for a live or call death, your phone doesn't need to be sitting in the table during a meal. And you should finish and take a call unless it is absolute important.
So for number 3, hold utensils correctly. Don't use your fork or spoon like a shovel or stub your food. So when using spoon, huwag tayong kukuha ng pagkain sa plato na parang nagpapala. So yung proper way is to place our middle finger sa likod ng body ng spoon and use our thumb to support our spoon. And kukuha tayo ng pagkain ng tahimik na at hindi kailangan maingay. And also for the fork, place our index finger sa likod ng fork and the rest ng finger natin is hawak ng body. And for example, knife to, place our index finger sa top ng knife and use it to cut our food.
Number 4, table manners. Wash up and come to the table clean. Don't groom or attend to hygiene at the table. When coming to the table, make sure you wash and sanitize your hands already and you are presentable and neat. And before going to the table, make sure you are already well groomed and not tying your hair and sneezing in front of the table.
For number 5, remember to use your napkin. So when using napkin, hindi natin siya kailangan ipet sa damit natin. So yung proper way ng paggamit ng napkin is to place it to our lap. And also, we're all free to use it throughout the meal to blot our mouth and to keep it clean.
Number 6. Before drinking water or something that can quench your thirst, we must finish first what we are eating before taking a sip, considering that it might affect our digestion and can sometimes lead to a variety of risks that can be harmful to our health.
Number 7. Pace yourself with your fellow diners and cut only one food at a time. In Philippine culture and other neighboring countries like South Korea, chit-chatting while talking becomes part of their daily eating time. A lot of memories and things happens here. Greetings, talking about themselves, talking about their family, their friends, their loved ones, how was their days, and sharing different stories about their experiences. It is important to face yourself with your fellow diners. Do not speed up. Don't hurry up. Remember, you're not in a competition to speed up eating your food or finishing your food. Also, you're not alone. You're not eating alone. You have with your companions with you, your friends, your families, so don't speed up. Just enjoy eating as well as talking to your family or your friends. Additionally, it is gross when a food came out to your mouth while talking. And also, it can cause possible accidents like choking your food. So, to prevent those instances and accidents, it is better to cut only one piece of food at a time. Number 8. Avoid slouching and don't place your elbow on the table while eating. Several Filipinos has a bad posture. Me, personally, I don't have a good posture. However, I'm improving my posture little by little, especially when I'm eating. Why? Because your posture affects your digestion. The posture you adapt while eating can influence your ability to digest foods. And also, slouching can increase the pressure in your stomach, making it likely that the food will go back up to your esophagus and can result of reflux. Additionally, placing your elbow on the table like this while eating shows disrespectful, not only to your companions or to your friends, but also to the food that you are eating. Though, it is okay to prop your elbow like this on the table while conversing with your companions or your friends.
Number 9. When we're in a dinner, it composes of different group of people. So when we're about to get something, we must avoid getting it in front of them. And as the right thing to do, we must ask for assistance and let them get it for you.
Hi, thank you. Can I have some spaghetti with chicken with your best burger with fries inside and that's it.
Number 1. Dining out. Although dining out has become more casual, it still isn't acceptable to talk with your mouth full of food, rock the table with your elbows, or interfere with other diners' experiences by displaying improper etiquette. It's important to follow certain manners guidelines in both formal settings and fast food restaurants. For example, when you are on a vacation, you need to show proper etiquette, especially when you are with people who have high position in a company so that they have nothing to say about you. Is it because there are many people who say things you do that different from what they do? Because you are not the only person who eats, there are also others.
Before the dinner. If you are being invited to have dinner with someone, make sure you respond to the invitation because it will help the planning in the dinner. And always remember that you should not bring extra guests if you are the only one who is invited. However, if your family is invited to someone's home, it's okay to ask if your children are included. But make sure they are behaved and know good manners.
Number 3 in the etiquette. When you're dining at the home of a friend, it is good idea bring at the house of hottest gift. Don't expect your gift to be used during the meal. Most dinner parties have a carefully planned menu items, and your gift may not go with time meal. And even if this not pricely, you smile and thank you. So make sure to keep that in mind next time that friend yourself in one situation.
Dining etiquette number 4, getting started. There are formal dinner parties such as wedding, debut, anniversaries, awardings, or recognition of the employees at work, which they have a place card where they can sit. But if not, you must ask the host or the hostess if there are seating preferences. This is actually one of the most important dining etiquette. If they give you a place to sit, you must wait until the host sits before you do. In some cultures, a blessing or a prayer will be said. Even if you don't follow the beliefs of prayer, you must show respect and be silent. Another one is, if the host offers a toast, lift your glass, and it's not really necessarily to clink someone else's glass.
Dining out in formal settings, once you sit down, you have to get your napkin and place it on your lap immediately. It is one of the dining etiquette that you have to follow every time you eat, especially in formal setting.
If you are eating out, you should wait until all the members of your group have been served before picking up your food. However, if you are at a buffet, you may start when there are others seated at your table. At a private dinner, observe the host or hostess and pick up your fork when he or she does.
Silverware. This is one of the most confusing things to do in terms of eating, especially when we are in other places like hotels or having dinner in some fancy restaurants. We need to know the proper usage of each utensils. We must not be confused of what to use when we are on a dinner and to avoid being embarrassed in front of others. So the proper way of using these utensils is that we must first use the farthest utensils from our plate up to the nearest.
When the food is served, make sure that the dishes should be passed in a counterclockwise flow. And remember, don't reach across the table. If something is close enough to you that you can grab it and you're not reaching over another diner, you can feel free to reach out and get it. But otherwise, you're going to have to ask someone else to pass it to you. And always remember to use a serving utensils, not your own spoon and fork, to lift food from the serving dish.
Next, we have eating. There are several etiquettes while eating with your companion, and these are some. First, turn off your cell phone before sitting down. It is rude to use your cell phone to make phone calls or texts while you're in the company of others. Second, never talk when you have food in your mouth. Just like what the saying says, don't talk when your mouth is full. That's just gross. Even if someone asks you questions, wait until you swallow your food before talking. Third, taste your food first before adding salt, pepper, or other seasoning. Doing otherwise may be insulting to the host or the hostess. If you have dining with a prospective employer, the person may perceive you as a person who asks without knowing facts. Fourth, don't cut your food before eating. It is okay to cut just one or two at a time. Fifth, Never blow your food. If it is hot, wait a few minutes for the food to cool off. Also, scoop your food away from you to avoid spitting it out or ruin your dress. 6. Some foods are meant to be eaten with your fingers. However, follow the lead of the host or the hostess before you eat the food. 7. If you're drinking from the same glass, hold it by the stem, not here or not here, not like this. Hold it by the stem. Number 8, break your breads into bite-sized pieces and butter only one at a time.
Next etiquette is try at least 1 or 2 bites of everything on your plate. If ever nabusog ka na may mga food na natira sa plate mo, mas okay na bawas na yung mga food na natira kesa sa hindi. Unless you're allergic to it, huwag mo nang pilitin na kumagat pa kasi baka magkasakit ka pa. Next etiquette is compliment the hostess if you like the food. But if you don't like it, don't voice your opinion kasi medyo bastos yun para sa host. Next, use your utensils for eating and not gesturings. Kaya nga may mga utensils tayo sa gilid ng plates is para magamit, and also do not use our hands para hindi na rin madumihan. Next etiquette is keep your elbows off the table. So if you're not using your hands, place it in your lap. Next etiquette is eat slowly, huwag magmadali na tapusin yung food natin kasi kailangan yung pagkain natin is same approximate time lang din kagaya ng host. Next etiquette, avoid burping or making other rude sounds at the table. Next, if you spill something at a restaurant, tumawag ka ng tulong sa mga server nila para matulungan ka nila. Or if ever na nasa private dinner party ka, pick it up and blot the spill para kapag umalis ka, malinis. So when you finish eating, leave your utensils on your plate or in your bowl. Next etiquette, never use toothpick or dental floss at the table, lalo na kapag may makaharap ka na tao. Lastly, you may reapply your lipstick, but don't freshen up sa table. Kaya may mga powder room tayo or restroom para dun pwede mag-makeup.
If you are eating out, you should wait until all the members of your group have been served before picking up your fork.
Dining etiquette number 11. Later, there are traditions and lifestyles in other countries that they send a thank you card to the host or hostess after the dinner. They always thank him or her for the lovely dinner, and they actually add short positive comments or compliments to show their appreciation. But here in our country, Philippines, we directly thank them personally after the dinner. A thank you and a little bit of compliments of the happenings during the day or the night may be a simple but a heartfelt for them.